Hello. So this is Coati and Ragnar, and I'm going to show you around. Yeah, so that's the front of her. And you can see the panel on the top. I'm just going to walk you around. So yeah. Oh, there's a few dents in the door. I'll just show you the damage. So that's that was when I got stoned in the riots 2 years ago. And yeah, everything's got it back. That window we reversed into yeah, fucking tree. Dish. And this is the other side. Yeah, we love her. We love them. Look, our little family symbol. Isn't that cute? So these are the keys. Yeah, these are the keys. Lock, unlock. And this is the key for the safe. Yeah, this is the key for the back door, the Coati. This is the key for this. Yeah, and this has a double lock. So that's unlocked. So you push it round and then just relax it, pull it out, push it round that way. Oh, hang on, I think it was already open. Forget that bit, okay. Oh. And it's got quite a spring back because of these pistons here. Yeah. So these pistons are new, brand new, but they're very strong, so it's hard to close. This is the plate, and I'll show you around here in a second. Okay. Okay, so it's, yeah. Oh, it's already open. And you can lock it twice. You can go click, click, and that's kind of like immobilised or whatever. But there's no immobiliser on it. We've never used it. So Marcus is going to give you a guided tour of the interior as well, and more about the actual truck as well. Yeah. Look, mi little brujita. My guided tour is going to be very different from Marcus's, as you can imagine. So, sun shields for the car. It gets very, very hot inside, which is why Marcelo as well thought it was really important that it could do with being undercover if it's just stationary for a long time. So in here is the front cover of the of that, which we always keep away and out of sight. There's the plastic thing that Chilean law says you have to wear if you're at the side of the road. In here also there's this is an important piece. So don't throw that away. That's actually a piece that Marcus has designed to get heat from the ventilation into the back of the Coati. But he'd have to show you that personally to make that feasible. But please keep it in here. The books for the truck, and some rolls of tape. So, yeah. That goes like that. In here is empty. This parrot thing, I don't know how the fuck it works. I think there's a book in there, but I've never really bothered. I tried once. We'll leave the cigarette lighter connector in because it's good to have cables. But this one needs a fuse. Okay, if you want to get that to work, you're going to need to change the fuse. Yeah, there's nothing in there. Yeah, because that blew, but that one works. In here is more sun shieldy things for the windows. Under the seat here is the stuff that Max was playing with yesterday at Kyle's box. Under there is a box, yeah, a Morelli box, and in there are parts for the Coati, essential pieces of kit. So just leave that under there unless you absolutely need parts out of there, which I don't think you will. Car seat, Max has outgrown it, so do with it what you wish. You can leave it here if you like. The bottles of water, we might leave one in each side, the ones with a slightly loose seal, because we will only take with us stuff that's in the seal, that can seal. At the back of here, yeah, there's a little tab thing there, yeah, and you pull it and this falls forward. Behind here is oil, brake fluid, and a piece of material for covering windows and stuff, an umbrella, little things like that. Not much really, but you can take a look. A few black bags in case you need them. Just press pause for a second. So the tensioners, these things here are how Coati's been bolted on. Now when she came with just a few fastenings, but we actually customised the body of the vehicle to accept more things. So we actually, that runs through the chassis, and this bit here actually keeps this on. And there's another one, so there's 6 points inside that keep the this beautiful thing from moving. She's solid. She's solid. So I'll open the door now. So the lock for this is here. Don't know if you can see it. So you just turn it, but hold on to it, yeah, with your shoulder. I push my shoulder into it when I turn it, and I let it go down. Don't drop it down, because if you drop it down, these tensioners get stretched, and it fucks it basically. So this is the lock. Again, you have to be very careful. We've glued this on a few times, but just be careful. When it comes to opening and closing the vehicle, it's not for the children to do. It's stiff, it's dangerous, and they can easily drop it, let go of it, which will fuck these and the lock too. So it's a grown-up job to open and close the Coati. Max has worked very well living in it for 2.5 years without having to open and close it. We're the ones that do that. So anyway, rucksack empty. I think there's a bag inside, but nothing else. Look at your dress here, darling. And in here is drum, cacao, feathers, a few like magic-y bits. Yeah. For example, going over a bump. Yeah, if you go over a speed bump, one of those little bumps in the road, potholes, you have to go over them slowly. Coati does not like speed. You open the door and things have fallen off. This was up there, it's rolled off. These cushions have fallen over, and that's just going over a sleeping policeman. So she's a slow driving vehicle. She's not a racing car at all. I can't remember if I've done all these videos, landscape or portrait. Shit. Anyway, this stuff is anti-slip. It's really good sandpaper, anti-slip. Don't stand on this. Yeah, this is not a step. This rubber, you need it to protect it from water and from dust. Okay. So yeah, there. And when you're getting out as well, step over. Just little things to learn. This thing here in the middle is the fittings for a table. Now the table, I'm just working organically through this. This is bedding, by the way. There's a big feather duvet in there. Nice feather duvet. In here, that's the table leg. Yeah? It's wrapped in this tights because it scratches the wall otherwise. And it bangs when you're driving. So that lives there like that. The table is there. So when you're driving, yeah, so you put the table leg in there, and then the table, can you see the piece there? That slots on, and it kind of like it just kind of sits there. It works, it functions, but do you know what? We hardly ever use it. So, so the other mechanism for a table, which is easy, is these pieces here. Now these pieces slide out, Yeah, they just live under there. And these can go there. Sorry, I'm not doing a very good. Could do with someone filming. So that's another little table. So you can sit, you can have food on there, you can take your coffee. You can also take your coffee on there. You can also make it shorter. Yeah, like that. Yeah, or even just one. And then you've got a little, so you can sit and then you have somewhere to put your coffee while you've got your feet up, look. And the table, when you make this into a bed, is that table under there fits first here. These smaller pieces, I must be able to do a better bloody video than this. This is shite. These go to the end like that, because if you need to get underneath for whatever reason, or water or gas, it's easier to move these smaller pieces in the night than it is a massive table with all the cushions and everything on. Okay. So when you're putting the table, when the table goes down there, yeah, then you fill the space. So what goes down first, the skinnier ones. Can you see there's two thicknesses? It's like a jigsaw puzzle. There's two thicknesses. That's firmer and that's spongier. These go down first. So when the table's in that slot, you put that down first. Yeah? And then on top of it, you put that. Yeah? And the same next to it. That piece, then that piece. And then on these pieces, these are the two firmer pieces, there and there. And then these go down, and these go down. And then these go on top, and that smaller piece goes on top. Yeah? You see what I mean? Yeah? And it's a really big bed once it's all up. Just remember, once it's up, it's harder to get to the stuff underneath. So at night, you put on top of here what you want, like your bottle of water, yeah, maybe even the cooker. Okay, let me show you the cooker. Okay, so under here, yeah, these detach, by the way. Yeah, they're stuck on by Velcro. These detach. So if they ever get really dirty or anything like that, you can wash them. When I'm just using them, I just stuff them under there. Yeah. So that's the cooker. This is just a box that sits on top with a few things in. This is your cooker. Yeah, it's just your basic gas cooker. Now it's connected to this yellow pipe, which is connected to that. Yeah, you know how these work. Okay. This is a 5 kilo gas bottle for it. I don't know how much gas is in there. I haven't shaken it lately. But there's your gas bottle. So under here, you can see the connection. Yeah? So this basically goes on there like that. You can actually take the bottle out. You can slide it out. We cut a hole in there so it just pops back in. It's tricky, but it's doable. You can put your bottle on like that, or you can take the whole thing outside. It's your choice. Yeah, and then once that's connected, you can don't cook under here because it will burn underneath. You have to take the cooker out and put it on here. To stabilize it in this piece here, these pieces are like games, but they're actually really useful for keeping the plates from falling out when we go over speed bumps. And you just put those on there like that. Yeah, and then the cooker goes on top. We do have connections for this sink, but to be honest, it's absolutely surplus to requirements. The space is more useful than having water bottles under there. These spaces under here fit perfectly this size water bottle. Yeah, and they squeeze in there. Behind here, let me take this out. I'm just organically moving around. So under here are all these containers. They fit in this space perfectly. And in here is a bit of blackout blind, which you can adapt for going over there that we never do. There's all kinds of other things, tools, shampoos. You just have to have a look at those. You just have to have a little nosy. Yeah, little hand towels. But that's where the water lives. And that's the water that you drink, that you use for washing up and stuff like that. Grey water, used water, you just throw it outside. Yeah. What else? In here. Okay, in here are just boxes for storage, spare boxes, more bits and pieces like pegs for washing line. This is a system for I was in the making of a creation of putting these things, what you put shoes in, but hanging them in this space here to make more space, but run out of time. These, they do not please break these or let the kids play with them. These two silver things, because these are what Marcus is designing to bring heat from the cabin of the truck into the back of the Coati, and we do that by this piece here. This lifts up out to here. It extends this bed to about here. So if you were sleeping downstairs here, your feet would probably want to go here and your head's at this end. Now this, when you lift it up, has has these, yeah, and these are connected to this, yeah, so it's like a shelf. You can actually raise it and cook on it, yeah, so you could actually lift it up, yeah, you could, what's going on with the fogging? Blurred, that's right. So this you can actually lift up, clip it to secure it onto these things here, what they're designed for, and that's another table, and you can put your cooker there and you put your fan on, okay, so you can cook. Remember, heat inside the Coati, especially cooking at night, makes moisture, yeah, and moisture makes damp, damp makes mould, but all this just lives down there. Okay, I'll talk about the fan. Okay, so this fan, we custom bought this from America, had it sent over and fitted it ourselves because the one that came with it was shit. This is, you have to open it first. Now this screw is dodgy. Again, this is not something the children play with or touch. Yeah, it opens like that, and that opens it. Remember, if you're sleeping at night, you have to have it open. If it's pissing down with rain, close it a bit, but there has to be some airflow at night. Yeah, and then you just switch. Yeah. It's got a good fan on it. Yeah, so depending on what you need it for. Yeah, this one, I don't know what that's for. You have to ask Marcus. Closing, yeah, very, very careful. It bounces now. Yeah, and don't tighten it. Yeah, just that. Yeah. When the lid's closed, the fan will stop automatically. But if you can try to remember to switch it off there.
Hey-o.
Oh gosh, made me jump just a second. So, which leads you to this beauty. Okay, this beauty behind here. Now Marcus is gonna tell you all about that. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Again, not for children to touch. In fact, there's not really anybody that wants to touch anything because it's so tuned, and it's never ever really needed any attention whatsoever. But there is like a cut-off switch, which you need to know about, and Marcus will talk to you about that. So these curtains, I made these. Ooh, they're nice, aren't they? I made these. So these are blackouts. Yeah, these are blackouted, and I made the pole just from a clip, you know, like a clip. Yeah, but it works really well, so this can pop off. Now the windows open here. This is your screen. Yeah, I don't know if you can see it. I've basically put Velcro all around the windows there, and then this stuff, and there's always spare of it, you just stretch it over and stick it onto the hooky bit, and then that's your fly screen. So to open it, you just pull it off a little bit, just gently. Yeah, and this bit here, you push it with your thumb, yeah, and pull it. Okay? If you want to open it, you can take these off. You can take these off, you can double it up like that, you can stick it up on itself to get the wind down, but really, so again, lift it, push it, click, screen down, and just run it off with your hand. Yeah, like that, easy peasy peasy. I tend to keep the curtains closed to keep it cool inside, and to stop people from looking in, because otherwise it just bleaches the furniture, and it's much better just kept like that. It keeps it nice and cool. This little thing here is just a little box. Yeah, you can put whatever you want in it. At the moment it's got some toilet bog roll, emergency bog roll. Just a little pushy thing there. Here, this is just, that's just a pan handle, you know, for handling hot pans. A little hook there which we usually hang keys upon. I'll stuff that in there for now. Again, there's Velcro in various parts around the door. So if you want to sit with the door open, yeah, this is a screen, and you just stretch it over. Yeah, stretch it over, and it actually stretches when that bottom flap's closed. I'll show you as well. But that's something, anyway, that's that. Yeah, so I'll just put this, I'll show you this bit. So this is just boards. But these just slide backwards and forwards. That's a chopping board. Yeah, and then in here there are some little boxes, like a cup and a thingy, and then some plates, knives and forks, little bowls. Just have a look around, tin opener, the kind of things that you need for feeding yourself. No, the dog's not coming in the Coati.
It's in the Coati.
Loki, no.
It's in the Coati.
And then these just, but they really do stop things from smashing around. The dog's not coming in.
Of course he is.
No, the dog is not coming in. Yeah, dog. So one of these boards actually, you can actually use, yeah, as long as they're like that and that's kind of wedged in. You can even do it you know, angular, whatever. But they really do work. Okay, if you had stuff in here, you can do the same in here. Yeah, you can just wedge that in like that. But you figure it out. I'll put that up there like that. Okay. Yeah. In here, washing up little bowl, but do you know what I do? I wash everything outside, because if water goes down this plug hole, it goes straight into the things underneath. Yeah, there's nothing protecting it from water. So I always keep the plug in, a bowl in there to put things in. This is the piss bowl, so emergency piss pot, or a Coca-Cola bottle, whichever. For washing up, I tend to use these. Now under here, yeah, under here is our cooler box. That's the fridge. Okay, that's the fridge. And here are 3 stackable boxes. I usually do wash, rinse and drain if I'm washing outside. And then in here there are more pots and pans and things, useful things for cooking and stuff. There's also 3 groovy plates, and at the back, right at the back, there's a grill for barbecuing outside if you want to make your own fire. Okay, in this one here, again, there are boxes of stuff. So just sort of in there. So here is pens, pencils, stuff for crafting, drawing. In here there are various things like liquid paracetamols, alcohol, bug repellent, various things for camping. There's some wool there for felting. In here is homemade dishwasher soap and laundry liquid, low impact lavalosa tambien, and that's in there. And these things, you just slide them up and over. Now this piece of kit here is the battery. That's the leisure battery. Okay, Marcus will tell you about that, but basically you'd have to do nothing. I haven't touched it in 3 years or whatever, so in 2 years, but Marcus will tell you all about that. So again, more little boxes should you want them. All these little things are just storage ideas and whatnot. Everything just it's like those little games. You know, those little games that you had where you had to move things around to make everything fit. But once you know how it all fits, it's great. I don't know, I'm going to put that somewhere else. Okay, and this one is the safe. Yeah, so that's the safe. You've got a key for that. We don't use the numbers. We just use the key because the battery ran out. And there's more things at the back of here. Yeah, and it's just key, open, close, and that flaps goes down to protect. There is an inverter, so you can plug in normal electrical stuff and converts it to be able to use the power source on board. But Marcus will tell you about that as well. And then basically you just keep that down like that for prick. Okay, so the other bedroom area, these are just blankets that you can use. I made those. And in here, big feather duvet. Okay, that's that. There's your yoga mat here. You can sometimes put that down. When you're making the bed, yeah, when you put your table down and your little blue boards under here and you make your bed, one thing that you've got to be really conscious about is, I mean, under here is a yoga mat, yeah? And when you sleep, obviously, I'm pretty sure you know this, but I'm going to repeat myself anyway, is when you sleep in a outdoor scenario, or especially a camper van or something like that, the heat that comes from underneath, if it's freezing cold or cold, and the amount of heat you produce in your body in between, where it strikes the surface, it gets wet, yeah? So every time you sleep, you have to lift up these, yeah? Check for dampness underneath. If it's wet, you have to flip the cover, make sure it's dry, and then this you take out and dry it, yeah? If you don't attend and dry underneath, it'll go mouldy, okay? Same with the cushions. When you flip them over, like say that's a cushion that was down all night, yeah, when you flip the bottom one over and feel it, it'll be cold and it'll be clammy and damp. So what you do with that is when you put them back on, you just turn them damp side out and they dry, okay? And the same with this bed as well. Any sleeping surface. Underneath here is a liner, waterproof liner. Underneath here is pieces of cardboard. Also underneath here are thermarests, yeah, so they're inflatable. You can pump those up with that mouthpiece there, and the bags for them are somewhere within the Coati. But again, condensation, it will get wet under there. If you put cardboard in between, the cardboard takes the hit, you can take it out. But yeah. There's an art to living in a vehicle full time, and we've learnt a lot over the years. Okay, this string net takes a lot of the hit from the moisture that comes out of the mouth, yeah? Believe it or not, just this little bit here keeps the ceiling dry quite a lot. In the mornings, don't freak out if it's wet, you know, if it's wet running down the walls. Make the fan open, windows open. Sleep with the windows open if you can, even if it's cold, with the mosquito screen on. Because it really helps. A pint of water each person produces a night from their breath alone. That's how much gets passed around the vehicle every night. A pint each. So in this sausage, behind this sausage, is a tent and another rolling mat. Okay. And here is a box at the back. Now that just slides out like that, yeah? It slides out like that. And in there is bedding, new mats, bathroom mats, towels, pillows, all that kind of stuff. In this sausage, which we kind of just hide everything like that, is in this sausage is two more duvets. Yeah, synthetic duvets, thin. Two thin duvets. And then this one is an extra thin duvet, so that's summer stuff. Winter, summer. Blankies. Yeah, I don't think there's anything in that corner at the moment. Ah, Marcus's trekking poles. I'll ask him about those. There's gorgeous Marcus! Looking very tired. So in here are just little boxes. In the extreme heat, they can sometimes fall off the wall, but they're velcroed at the back, so you can actually move them. These hooks are on reinforcements. These are reinforcements. These bumps, all these bumps here, these are reinforced on the fiberglass. They take a lot of weight. So on here you can hang your bags, your coats. I tend to use like drawstring bags, pump bags we call them, full of socks and things like that. They take a lot of weight. Same with this one, takes in anything that's on a reinforcement, yeah, takes weight. Okay. This here, you can't drill into the shell. Drilling into the shell makes a hole. It's not very thick, and it's it's a water hazard waiting to happen. So you have to, well, you won't obviously, but we have, we've glued something onto the Coati and then put a screw through, which is how we had to do the solar panels, which Marcus will tell you about. Ooh, my little screw system, yeah. So on here, yeah, is the screw system. Bit stiff, but that's good. And they just screw off. Yeah, get your stuff in, screw it back on, easy peasy. And they never move and jump around, and they're solid. They were glued on, but they're also screwed on with the nut and bolt that goes in the back of there too. Okay. Ah yes, I'll show you this bit. Okay, so closing this bit. Okay, if you want to close it. So it's got a back. Max. So when you close it, you can use these cords to pull it up. Yeah, yeah, to there, and then you hold on to it. I'm just going to have to. Okay, and then you use your hand to pull it to there. Okay, and then see that lock? I can't do this two-handed. And then you just turn it.
By the way, I called Daddy shithead 12 times.
What? You called him what?
Shithead. Shithead.
Where did it get to? Oh, did I just tell you about the Velcro? Oh, I'm repeating myself. Anyway, the Velcro here is so that this neck curtain, when it stretches down, it attaches there. Okay, onto the back of there. So this here is the open and close. Yeah, open and close. But you have to make sure that it's up. Use both hands for this. The only reason I'm doing one hand is because I'm holding a camera. I've tried doing it the other way around, it doesn't work. Yeah, so that there. Oh, hang on. God, it's not doing it with two hands. So anyway, yeah, so it has to go in that hole there. Okay, and that hole there. That iron bar. But again, be careful with this lock. Always use two hands, okay? Because we've had to glue it on a few times. So I'm using one, but I'm going to use two because I'm going to let go of the camera. Okay, so the next part of the door is you have to pull it towards you. Okay, so you have to reach out, and it's fucking strong. So, oh my God. Tell you, since we've done this tightener, I'm going to put the camera like that and see if I can film it like that, okay? Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to show you how the door works like this now. Oh my God. So, using these, yeah, using the wires, you pull up the door, hold it with both hands, yeah, and then use one hand to lock it, one hand holding it up. And then this one, you can then kneel on here, yeah, you can then, once it's locked in properly, you can kneel on it to lean out and pull it towards you. Jesus Christ. It's really, really stiff, so. I wish we could loosen some air out of these, but last time we tried that, it didn't do it. Anyway, Marcus is usually better at this. I'm feeling very weak at the moment. Okay. So, that's that. This red catch here is lock, so you're locked in. Yeah? Okay. Again, this one rolls down. That's your privacy, but to be honest, the window's so buggered, I just keep it down all the time now. And the same here with this window, but again, just leave it closed now because it's smashed. I think, yeah, just leave it. It was good ventilation, but now it can't. Max, I'm going to open it. Stand back. Stand back. And for this, you just hold on to it there. Yeah, keep your hand on because it's going to fly out. And then just pull this like that. Yeah, and then you can let go and it just goes on its own.
Okay.
Okay. Just a second. And then when you're closing it, yeah, when you're closing it, hold on to the cable because it'll fall down. Hold on to it. Release the latch. Yeah, and then using both like this, lower it down. Okay.
Thank you, Mommy.
So that's it.
What did you do in Gonzalo? What did you do in Gonzalo? What did you do?
Early in the morning. So yes, that's basically it, darling.
No, Chesney.
Marcus will give you the other guided tour, more detail about the car and stuff like that. Okay.
And look, wait. And before we leave, there's one thing. Subscribe to this channel. Subscribe to this channel on YouTube, and subscribe to my channel, Maximus Train Spear. So this is going to be on your channel,
and it's going to be private as well, so no one else can see it apart from whoever has the link.
Nope.
Yes.
Everyone's gonna see it.
No chance. No chance. Anyway, Marcus will pick up on part 2.